Day 117, verses 17 to 19, when seeking becomes seeing. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Yesterday, Krishna described four kinds of people who turn towards him. Some come in suffering, some with questions, some seeking fulfillment, and some through wisdom. Today, he explains how these different beginnings evolve into the deepest form of devotion. Among them, the person of wisdom, ever steadfast and devoted with single minded love, is the highest. I am exceedingly dear to that person, and that person is dear to me. Among the four kinds of devotees, Krishna says the Jnani is the highest. This is the person who is wise and whose devotion is steady and constant. The difference is not that the Jnani loves Krishna more intensely than everyone else. It is that their relationship with the divine is no longer driven by fear, desire, or curiosity. They no longer turn to God only in moments of difficulty. Having understood the temporary nature of worldly happiness, their devotion no longer depends on changing circumstances. It has become constant. Normally, our relationship with the world and also with the divine depends on our life situation and our mood. But the wise person is Nitya Yukta, constantly connected. Their inward attention does not depend on whether their day is smooth or difficult. Devotion to them is a natural way of being. Since they are never separated from the divine, such a person is extremely close to divinity. Krishna then declares that such devotees are dearest to him as well. All these devotees are noble, yet the wise one is regarded by me as my very own self. For such a person with mind firmly united has taken refuge in me as the supreme goal. Krishna clarifies that all four kinds of devotees are noble. He does not look down upon those who seek the divine with fear, suffering, or personal desire. Every sincere movement is a good beginning. But the Jnani, he says, is like his very own self. The Jnani no longer sees the divine as separate from life. They have understood the purpose of life, and their mind rests in the Supreme alone with steadfastness and devotion. The search has reached its fulfillment. For many seekers, the relationship with the divine still begins with a need. The divine is someone to turn to in sorrow, someone to ask for guidance, or someone to seek protection from. The wise ones have moved beyond these beginnings. They seek the divine simply for the sake of the divine. After many births, one who is endowed with knowledge surrenders unto me, realizing Vasudeva is everything. Such a great soul is exceedingly rare. Krishna concludes this thought by showing where this journey ultimately leads. After many lifetimes of searching, the wise finally surrender unto him, realizing that the divine is everything. It is not mere emotion that leads to this surrender. It is true knowledge that matures into devotion. The seeker no longer experiences the divine as something found only in prayer, worship, or sacred places. The distinction between the sacred and the ordinary has dissolved. Krishna calls such a person a great soul and says that such a person is exceedingly rare. Most human relationships begin because we need something. A child reaches for a parent in comfort. A student seeks a teacher to learn. A patient trusts a doctor to heal. We value people and things based on what they bring to our lives or how they make us feel. Sometimes our relationship with the divine begins in much the same way. We pray when we are afraid. We seek guidance when we are confused. We ask for strength when life feels too heavy, or hope when we cannot see a way forward. There is nothing wrong with these beginnings. The Gita calls them noble. But these verses invite us to notice how devotion can slowly mature. Over time, our relationship with the divine may stop revolving around what we need and begin revolving around who He is. Prayer becomes more about being present. Faith becomes less dependent on our lives, and the connection remains steady and strong. This is the journey Krishna describes in these verses. Krishna says that it may take many lifetimes before seeking becomes seen. Yet, every sincere effort is already part of that journey. The journey begins by turning towards the divine. It finds its fulfillment when we begin to see the divine everywhere. Thought of the day. We often turn towards the divine because we need something. Pause for a moment today and reflect. When I pray, am I only asking for something, or am I also making space simply to be with the divine? Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. May our seeking gradually deepen into a relationship that finds joy in recognizing the divine everywhere.